and welcome everybody. This is CBL League. My name is Skeletal Steve, aka Steve. I'm with my good friend Wolfie here. Wolfie.
Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, so the match of the night or the day or the whatever time you happen to be watching this was the most kills in the season versus the Deadfin team.
Yeah.
I know that we were going to get interviews done later on in the episode, and I think we sent out the Amazons this time
Yeah.
to go and see if they could talk to Deadman and his crew. But have you heard any word?
No. I'm actually slightly worried because I think one of the Amazons didn't come back.
Oh shit!
Mm.
You think too much of the praying to the chaos gods
It's quite
corrupted her?
possible. Yeah, it's quite possible.
Oh mercy!
Mm.
Well, at least we got somebody on for the interview later on, so that would be Shadow Lord for the Deadfin team, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. You managed to get the bag of burns in.
Hey, yeah, they seem to have a lot of time on their hands, I
Yeah,
tell
they
you.
do. Yeah.
Oh, so do you wanna try to look at the stats for the game that was played?
Yeah. Sure. Let's take a look at them and see what's what.
All right. So looks like we've got some interesting stats here.
Mm.
Something that was kind of predicted.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, Deadman being a lot more experienced coach than Shadow Lord. Um, obviously he's still very inexperienced. He's only played one season before this. Um, yeah, he's kind of to be expected, really.
But yeah. Also, it looks like Deadman had the home team advantage being at the murder capital.
Yeah, definitely.
So that played a little bit of a factor to some degree.
Mm.
Um,
Although I
but yeah,
must
let's
say, not
yeah.
much murder went on in the murder capital.
No, no. Like compared to our other interviews and
Mm.
things of the first games that have happened, which by the way, you should go and take a look at those.
Mm.
Um, things look kind of quiet.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
So, do you want to do a breakdown?
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, although there's no deaths, armor works wise, he's double for Deadman's team. So obviously he's been able to pile on probably on those double blocks and get the powers that he needed. As opposed to Deadfin's team only having 5 armor bricks. Yeah, which for an undead team is kind of low.
Yeah, he's Shadow Lord is usually more of an orc player because
Mm,
dear old dad over here
yeah,
enjoys some orc action, if you
yeah,
will. And I think by switching up the team, which I think he
yeah,
will probably mention, because we're going to ask him why he switched.
yeah,
Um, Probably threw a little bit of a monkey wrench
mm,
in the
yeah,
thing, but I mean, still, it's another bashy team, another one that has two mummies that are,
yeah,
quite powerful to be on the pitch.
yeah,
But Deadman, him and his speed, I mean, we knew that was going from day one.
mm,
It was still going to be a challenge. So,
yeah. Plus, there was all those chaos dwarfs with their block and tackle, so that was never easy to get away from. Um, but yeah, I mean, although I will say, Deadfin team uh, do have what I've said from the beginning, probably, arguably, the some of the best big guys in the game. So
yeah.
yeah,
So we're looking at what a 3-0 win
yeah,
to Deadman.
yeah,
So some congrats to them. It looks like the MVPs, you have him Hijami Dark Green as the MVP for Deadman,
yeah.
and who's this on the Deadfin team?
Oswald the Mutilator.
Ooh. no reason why they got the MVP. The name alone is pretty terrifying. But yeah, let's move into the statistics as far as like KOs and injuries
Yeah.
and see what happened.
So it looks like 7 amount of KOs inflicted, 1 each. 1 injury inflicted each as well. So it's very even.
Yeah. Now, and even the blocks, if you take a look, there's 32 successful blocks made, and then Deadfin made 33. So, I mean, pretty head-to-head, really.
Yeah. It's actually surprising considering the 3-0 win for Deadman.
Yeah. And I guess it came down to ball possession because we see 37% of the time. So again, it comes down to that experience, and also a little bit of the die roll. So if you can't pick up the ball, then you're not going to have the ball possession. So
very true.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the SPP because that might maybe share a bit more insight as to where the 3-0 come from.
Yeah, so we'll start with Deadfin with 7 in total.
Yeah.
As we stated, Multinator, Oswald, he got the MVP, so that's what, 4, and then got an extra one while being on the pitch, and then
let's get back into it. So you've got, like you say, 5 for Oswald Mutilata on Deadfin Team 2. Chuck Morris the third.
It sounds like a mummy.
Could well be.
Oh my god, I went too far back.
Could well be.
So yeah. Tutmos the third is mummy, which is actually really good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, to be able to get the first lot of skills, you need the SPP on them. So.
So with that being said, let's look at Deadman's side of things. A total of 16, which is quite high.
It is, yeah, especially when Deadfin Team only got 7, so it's more than double.
So again, it's just a lot of bashing went around, a little bit of running, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you got to take out 9 SPP for the touchdowns as well. So if we take out the 9 SPP, they're actually equal.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it looks like the bashing's been pretty much on equal terms from that.
Yeah.
It's just been the Deadman's being able to create those gaps that is needed to get those touchdowns.
Yeah, I also noticed because of the inexperience, Deadfin, he kind of gets over excited about things.
Yeah.
So sometimes, players weren't being picked up or shuffled around. He would just go straight for an attack, which, I can commend, being, bloodthirsty and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll look at the dice rolls and see how things favor them.
Yeah. So, most kills of the season, D6 is heavy on the ones.
Yeah, 5s and 1s are about on par. Holy mess. Pickups, there was 7, so obviously there was a little bit of an issue there with pickups of 7 attempts, 4 failures, 3 successes.
Yeah. That's well, don't do percentages, but that's quite bad, below 50%.
Yeah, and then the as we predicted, those bull centaurs with the going for it's the 3 for the sprint, I believe, and the sure feet. Out of 8, 6 were successful. So
yeah. So that sure feet's obviously coming in clutch for him when he's needed it.
Yeah, so let's take a look at Deadfin's rolls.
Yeah.
And 21 6s, outbeating the 1s, so that's a positive. 5s being 18 and 2s being 15. So, I mean, pretty much in the dice rolls numerically is in his favor.
Yeah. I mean, all in all,
Holy cow!
there's not a lot to choose between the two teams.
No, I mean, jeez Louise. He went and did 8 going for it, and he passed all 8. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a 2+, but I mean, jeez Louise. And apparently inflicted a casualty too. Let's see. Oh, Dead Man did 2 casualties,
did,
so
yes.
they're both pretty heavy on the, to some degree, heavy on the casualties.
Yeah. But I mean, all in all, considering Shadowlord's a new player, not done bad at all. And the score doesn't really reflect how well he's done in the game.
Yeah. I would think it just came down to Deadfin being really bloodthirsty, where Dead Man was more focused on getting those goals to really creep out ahead and stay ahead.
Because I mean, majority of it looks pretty even so far.
Yeah. So let's take a gander at the block dice.
Yeah.
And if you look at Dead Man, 8 POWs, 13 defender stumbles, which, for against the undead, defender stumbles almost counts as a POW anyway.
It does, yes. It does. Same as the birth down as well, because we've got to remember the undead team only has 2 players per block.
Yeah, that's true.
Where the most kills of the season Chaos Dwarf team does have, I believe it was 6 Chaos Dwarfs with block. So a fair amount more block than the undead team.
Yeah, so I guess that's roughly a total of like 37 potential successes that could be chosen from. Only 12 skulls. I mean, that's pretty low considering how many times that Dead Man's team could bring down Dead Man's team. So
Yeah. Let's take a look at Deadfin teams. These black dice. I mean, less on the skulls. Less on the birth downs at least. And obviously higher on the powers. Again, still, the dice that you can see through the game, like the black dice, the D6s, all that lot, shows a very, very even matchup. It's just, like I say, I think it's just down to a little bit of inexperience on Shadowlord's side that has allowed those gaps to come through that Dead Man's been able to punch through and get those 3 touchdowns, because barring that, I cannot see from these stats where there's a big enough difference to warrant a 3-0 win.
Yeah. Well, I guess the best way to figure out what all was going on was talk to the Deadfin coach, Shadowlord, and figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So we'll see you after this. Let's bring in the Deadfin coach, Shadowlord. Welcome in.
Hello.
Welcome in.
Hello.
Thank you.
So, Shadowlord, what made you pick an undead team as you picked Orcs last season?
I picked Undead this season to try something new and to see if I liked it.
Very good. So, who would you say was your star player of the match for your team?
My star player was one of my whites, who he did some damage to the other team. I'm pretty sure.
Very good.
He was my MVP.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, whites are nothing to mess with. I mean, they got block skill. They're cool looking. I mean, they're pretty beefy stuff on the undead team.
Yeah, definitely. So, Shadowlord, Are you looking forward to your next match against Banshee and her Lizardmen team, Murderlogs?
I am looking forward to playing against her and her lizardmen.
Yeah, good. Steve, you got any questions?
Yeah, we don't really read and write very good over here, but my first question is, how do you feel going against a more experienced coach?
I felt good going against Mr. Deadman, and it was a fun game to play against him.
Nice answer. Nice answer. Now, I do have a question based off of your strategy during the game. What was your strategy going from turn to turn? I only asked that because there were a few times where your players went from a team attack to just a lone attacker, um, and left the rest of your teammates either off in the wayside or on the ground. So could you tell us what your thought process was, your strategy for your decision making of either team attacks or solo attacks?
I was trying to play it as a safe game, but still knocking out other players.
That's not bad. That's not a bad answer. Yeah, I mean, for coming from a new player, that's pretty much what we really, we strive for when we play against these big teams and whatnot. Is nothing gives you more enjoyment than bashing the crap out of somebody. So
Yeah,
that's
very
good. And my last question for the night is, where do you hope to finish by the end of the league?
I would say third or second place, since I've never actually been in those places before.
Oh, that's not bad. That's a good goal to set.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, definitely. So with all that in mind, Shadow Lord, do you have any final thoughts to share with the fans or opponents?
No, sir. I have no final thoughts about anything right now.
Seems like he's a man of little words, unlike his dear old dad over here.
Yeah. Well, well, all we could say then is we'll close it up, and best of luck with the rest of the season, Shadow Lord.
Thank you. And I
I'll
hope
see you on the pitch.
I'll see you on the pitch, Stephen. You will be bound to death until there will be no one alive. I will make sure all your characters are dead.
That's fighting words right there. Right. Thank you for joining us, Shadow Lord, and we'll see you again soon.
I'd rather deal with the goblin at this point, you know.
I'll see you guys soon, and I'll see you on the pitch, Stephen. I'm always watching. I'm always watching. I'm watching you right now. You know that because I see you.
Okay, Creeper, get off our show. Next.
Bye.
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 See you on the pitch.
My son's talking some big game. I think
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to load up my players with a bunch of beer, and if not, I've been starting my own little side revenue. It's called Steve's Twisted Tea. It's amazing. It's got all the nutrients you need from an alcoholic beverage. It's delicious.
Oh.
Yep, I'm my own sponsor. Whew.
We'll see you right after this. So, a very interesting interview. Short and sweet, some might say.
Yeah, the undead don't really have many words to really talk about because they're already dead. They probably lost some of their vocals, and kind of like some of the other teams, they're really out for just food.
Not to mention a few teeth might have been lost along the way as well.
That's an inbred joke, isn't it?
Nah.
Yeah, that is.
Nah.
Because you think all of us hillbillies don't have all of our teeth?
No.
You're right. We don't.
Just thinking skeletons, they've lost their teeth.
We lose our teeth because we drink our pride and joy Steve's Twisted Tea right here. Brought to you live because we don't have any type of endorsement, so.
Touchy. But yeah, you got final thoughts on that game, Steve?
Well, I can honestly sympathize with Deadfin to a degree. I know that he's playing in the league with us during school, like your son and your daughter.
Yeah.
And right now, since he just started into the middle school time frame, there's more homework, so more
Yeah.
expectations. And I mean, granted, we got him situated and on track, but sometimes he's one of those kids that wants to play all the games all the time, and Blood Bowl is kind of one of those. It's in a rotation of once every 14 or 15 different games, kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, to his credit, for what little bit that he has picked up on, I mean, to be able to really just be able to finish the match, seemed in good spirits.
Yeah.
I mean, can't really go too far with that because I'd rather play against a player that isn't salty
Yeah.
or kind of like pushy on, you did X, Y, and Z wrong, which is why you lost the match.
Yeah.
I'd rather play against a player that's like, hey, good game. I may not have played the best, or you played the best, but I
Yeah.
had fun playing it, and I think a lot of our players definitely, especially like Deadman and when Deadman and Shadow Lord were playing. Sorry, that Twisted T's going to my brain. Um, they're very very cordial, as well as the other coaches have been with each other
Yeah.
until we have our discussion with the Panthers. I mean, she's a little bit of a feisty one when it comes to a certain player.
Yeah, she is definitely. I think for me, for most coaches in the league to go toe to toe with a coach like Deadman, Potty, Rosie, the more experienced coaches, it's difficult at best. So, being a young player and a newish player, being able to go toe to toe with Deadman and hold his own in a punch sort of style match, without taking a lot of losses or even, both sides have been very even throughout the match. That is a huge win in my eyes for the Deadfin coach. You know, um, the gaps coming in and being able to block the gaps up and stuff. That's something that can be learned over time, and I think he shows great promise.
Yeah, I'm gonna see that the weather is gonna be coming up really nice here soon for a 3D printing season. And one of the things that I have in waiting is a undead team. So I'm hoping that I can convince them to play a couple on the tabletop and maybe
Yeah,
teach them a few things.
yeah.
If not, then he'll probably just play it the way that he's been doing is, oh look, I can get a 2-die block on this person. Oh look, there's an opportunity for a foul.
But in fairness, I mean, there's a lot of coaches out there that do that sort of style, and it works.
Who?
My son.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. He didn't need that though versus me. No. Nuffle decided to piss on my parade. Okay? Why do you think my outfit is changing? I am trying to get into the inbred mountain man mentality here. Yeah. I mean, seriously, he didn't have to foul me. I fouled him just for the sake of trying to get something off the pitch. And now I'm going to be labeled like I was for every season prior, Mr. Fowler. Okay?
Maybe that's something we could debunk by
here.
doing an investigation throughout this season of who commits the most fouls.
Do you think we could do something also for kills?
Mm.
Ooh.
Maybe have a breakdown of fouls committed, kills committed and stuff and all that, like,
I like it.
Mm.
More work for us, but we don't get paid shit anyway, so.
But yeah, then we could see at the end of the season if you are one of the more serial foulers or not.
Hey, we don't fight fair. We fight fouling. Anywho.
Yeah, with that in mind, don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and share the video.
And if you'd be so kind, leave us a comment down below. Again, we're just two old heads that like to dress up either as one fucked up looking hillbilly or somebody, if I can get my angles right. Nope, wrong one again. Fuck's sake. We've only done this like 6 times or something. But Mr. Fancy Pants Gigolo Man over here.
Gotta look sharp for the ladies.
Oh, here we go again. Prima donna all the way. I tell you. But yeah, just leave us a comment. Just have fun. We are, and we hope that you have a good laugh. We hope that you enjoy the content. And since we got some of the interviews coming up or finished, depending on how the videos come out, you'll maybe see a little bit of a change in format for our kind of like in between before we get to like the halfway mark.
Yeah.
And then the idea is to hopefully have like a mid-season chat with some of the individuals to see how things are going, or at least nothing else, like a recap on where everybody's standing. Yeah. And then we'll have something special hopefully planned for the end of the season, but that's why you gotta stay tuned.
Yeah. So until next time, guys, we'll catch you later.
Bye.